Good morning, guys. Welcome to the Queen G Live experience. Oh my goodness, I have my special guest in queue. We're gonna start right away. We're gonna jump right in because I forgot to go into the solo screen and start the show that way. I normally I normally go
Oh,
into a solo screen and
mhm.
start. I do these little words of encouragement or whatever to start the show, and then I bring you in. Girl, I started
Okay.
with you on here. I'm so excited
I
about
am
everything
too.
today.
I am too. I mean, I know you are. A lot to be
Oh
excited
my
about.
god.
A lot to be excited about. Trust me.
Oh my
A lot.
God.
A
Right.
lot.
So I wanna welcome my special guest, Miss Lawrence. Oh my God, Latrice Lawrence. Thank you for joining the Queen G Live Experience podcast this morning.
I'm so honored. I mean, you have no idea how honored I am. I tell you. But you know what? A lot of times through tiredness, perseverance, that's when the best things come out of people.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's what I want to let you know. So, I mean, when you have all this to juggle around and you have all
Right.
this on your plate, there's something better coming. There's something amazing, huge, a
Right.
huge blessing coming
That's
for
how this
you.
whole entire year has been. This
Hmm.
whole 2020 has been that. The
I
reason why
agree.
so many amazing things are coming out is because the pressure has been placed on our
On,
year. Our
on.
entire year has been
Yes.
different and up and
Yes.
down, and every turn you turn, you're getting knocked in the pit of your stomach with something, or like it's
Oh my
you
God.
know
Yes. Yes. That's how it's been all since yesterday to the day. And I'm like,
right.
what is this? What is this? And then I heard a little voice say, it's getting ready to get worse. You asked me for this. You
Mm-hmm.
asked me for international fame. You asked me that you travel the world and be on the platform. Being on the platform means you're gonna have people go there with you.
Yep.
I probably will get people will be trying to sue me probably left and right. You have to
Girl,
have thick
listen, you
skin.
gonna be hit with stuff right before you go on live.
Yeah,
Like, right
I
before
did. I was.
do
I
these
was
interviews,
literally.
it's gonna be stuff rolled in right to the second of. You hear me? Right
I,
before that
I
time. But it,
wait until we finish this interview, and I tell you, before we got to this interview, I swear to God, the devil already was crafting something. And I said, you
I'm
know what?
telling you.
I'm getting ready to do this interview. I said it's going to be a beautiful interview. It's going to be a beautiful day. You have to
Yes.
control your destiny.
Hmm.
You have to control each and every day that you get, actually. And so,
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
if you make a mistake, you misunderstand, you fix it. Because guess what? I'm
Exactly.
on zero sleep sometimes because I have
Oh
a
yeah.
81-year-old mother I'm taking care of, and then I have a career.
At the
That's two,
same time.
that's two jobs. And so I deal with a lot of things. I deal with a lot of things from the people that do services for me to
Hmm.
outside people. It's always something, but it's
It's
all
a
about
full plate.
knowing. Yeah, but it's about knowing how to say, you know what, this is going on or this has happened, but I'm gonna smile and I'm gonna
You know what, too,
persevere through
Latrice? Let me tell you this. I used to play the victim game. God,
it.
why me?
Yes, yes, you
All
can
the
do
time, right?
that. Right.
And I used to second guess and question God as to why was I placed in this position to do that or this. But what I realized, and I want to offer this to you as a word of encouragement, okay? What
Okay.
I realized is number one, that statement that they always say is very cliche, but it really, really is true. God is not going to put more on you than what you can bear. Okay,
Girl,
that's
yes.
number one.
Yes.
Second of all, you were chosen for this, even
Yes, I
if it
was.
don't make no sense.
Mhm.
You understand?
Mhm.
It's a
Mhm.
lot of stuff that we don't understand before this kind of time. Uh-oh,
Mhm.
did my light just go out, girl? My light just went completely out. It just kicked the bucket. Hold on.
Oh no.
Really? Really?
Oh no.
Hold on a second. You can still see me though, right?
Yes, I can still see you.
My light just decided to kick the bucket on us. Hold on a second. But what I was saying, and I'm gonna keep moving on because I really feel connected with you on this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of stuff that I didn't quite understand about my journey, things that would get placed on my schedule. And I'm like, why me? And when I tell you I played the victim all the time, God, I don't want to deal with this or do this. With 2012, let me take you back to some things that happened in 2012, okay? And I got to
Okay.
go to that year in particular because that is the year, girl, where I felt like I wasn't going to make it through at all, okay?
Oh yeah.
2012, I was pregnant with twins. It
Oh
started
wow.
from there. At about 4.5 months, I began to find out that my cervix was opening, trying
Oh
to deliver
no.
these twins. 4.5 months. I got two in
Ooh,
there, not one. Okay.
exactly.
I
That's a
get
big
to
deal.
6 months and they made me stay home. They were like, nope, we got to take these babies like right now.
Mm, that's crazy.
Okay.
That is
So
crazy.
at almost 7 months with twins, I had to deliver these babies. And
Wow.
then as soon as I had the babies, as soon as I had the twins, about 1 month later, while they were still in the NICU and I was still healing from a cesarean, the stitches wasn't even healed yet. My husband had a massive heart attack.
Oh no.
Okay,
See,
and he was
oh
only
no.
32 years of age.
Ooh.
So now, with the stitches still in me from the cesarean, I am now going from NICU to see my twins that's clinging to life to my husband that is now clinging to life from just having a massive heart attack. You understand? I'm from hospital to hospital and not even healed yet. When I tell you I felt very weak and vulnerable, like I didn't know what to do, like it just felt like my world was just collapsing on the inside. And there was no one that could help me get through these moments. Now, let me tell you, let me add the extra part. Their sibling, Miss Little Heaven, which is my baby girl, was only 10 months older than them. Okay,
Wow.
so I got a toddler that's still in diapers, two twin babies that's clinging to life, a husband that's on life support, and a son with cerebral palsy that I have to dress every single day and get him ready for school so that he can be ready for his bus that would come in the mornings to go to his program.
Oh wow. Ooh.
When I tell you no sleep for 2 years, like 2 years straight, I had no sleep. I'm taking care of my husband that had a heart attack. Still ain't healed from my own cesarean, and it wasn't healing right because I got all this other pressure and stress going on
That's
top of
right.
that. Okay, and I
That's right.
just couldn't understand. It was so many days that I would go into the NICU to see my babies, and the nurses would just have to hold me.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry.
Okay. My strength was weak. I felt like I had nothing left, no gas, no energy, no nothing. You understand? I'm telling you this story, sis, because it's something about when pressure is placed into your life that greatness comes out of that.
That's right. That's what I was talking about. Yep.
You know
That's
what I
right.
mean?
Yeah. That's right.
It's something
Yeah.
about God choosing us. And you would think, why would he put this on me? I don't want this. I don't want this pressure put on me in my life. I would prefer not to
Yeah.
have these
You
burdens
prefer
and these
an
weights
easy
and these
you
loads.
prefer an easier way, right? But guess what? He never makes it easy like that. Because when that same thing that what you just said, my best friend 3 years ago,
Mhm.
we hadn't spent time together because we all was busy, between them having kids and we all having husbands and job and career. We were busy, but we've known each other since we were 12 years old. We've been close all our lives. Girl, we went down there and we had a girls' trip and we were just together and it was amazing. And I was able to not think about work, and I was able to not think about my career and anything else, but just enjoying them. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right.
Well, we went to a paint and sip, and my best friend, her husband had a stroke, and the company he worked for did not even contact her and tell her. And they were married 20 years with 2 kids. And then by the time she found out, she's looking funny and she's at the computer. Oh my God, something's happened to Alton. She had a meltdown, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I freaked out, and my other friend freaked out. We were all freaking out, right? Girl, we got back from the paint set. It was like 8 something. I said, where is Alton? He ain't here yet. It was like 9 something. He had had a stroke earlier that day, and they hadn't told her nothing. He's at the hospital. We're in Vegas. We get there. He's had a major stroke that took 90% of his brain. And I'm like asking the doctors and the nurses because my dad had he had something that happened to him. He had a stroke and he had a clot that was at the tip of his
Jeez.
his brain stem. So I knew from experience about that. And I said, "Is he bleeding in his head?" And she kept looking at. I said, "Tell me the truth." I took her outside. Is he bleeding in his head? Because if he's bleeding in his head, this is bad. And you need to be
Right.
honest with that girl. You need to be honest with her. You need to tell her because if he's
Don't
bleeding
lead
his
her
head,
on to something
it's
that is
bad.
not.
It's bad. They were acting like it wasn't, and I'm like, no, this is way worse than what they're saying to you, Patrice. And she was crying, and I was devastated because he had another one right in front of us, and then he had another big one, and
While
she had
y'all was at the hospital.
yes, and he had to, and then later he had another one, and basically she had to make a decision, a humane decision, because he would have, if he would have come out of it, he would have been blind. She would have had to feed him for the rest of his life. He would have had feeding tubes and all kind of stuff, and he wouldn't have been normal. He would have been in a wheelchair. That was not a quality of life. And he was full of life. And he told her, and and I even heard him say it. If something happened to him, he did not want to live like that. He made that very clear. So he was on, she had him on the machine, right? So she decided to take him off the machine after some days. And that was hard because we talk about 52 years old, a 52-year-old man. And what's crazy is that my other best friend lost her husband. He was in his early 50s. And guess what? Her husband was my husband's uncle. They met at my wedding. So we had to watch him die of we had to watch him die of pancreatic cancer. He said, Latrice, how do I handle pain like this? How did you do it when you were in pain? I said,
My God.
Jesus, I had cancer in 2014, ovarian, and my dad died. He was dying at the same time. And I did ask God why, because I had battled a muscle disease. And I didn't tell you this before, but
No, it's listen. This let me tell you this, sis.
that's why I know this is God. This is
This
connected.
this this show is not a show. You understand? This podcast,
This is
it ain't
God.
about that. It's
God. As I
it's
met your
about
brother,
giving people a platform to
it's
express
just
themselves.
crazy. It's crazy. I met your brother, and I was dealing with a circle of people that was with Warner Brothers, and he was hanging out with them. He was hanging around Lee Guinness and all these people, and they wanted me to sign with them. I was a teacher, and I was a sixth grade teacher. This was in '97, and
Hmm.
his manager Greg at the time.
Greg
wa-
Clark.
Yes, he wanted to sign me as an artist, and he wanted to give me the same kind of deal that Tyrese had. And right as he was working with me, I had muscle disease and it flared up. And I tried to lie about it and hide it. And I was going to celebrity parties, making myself up, knowing I was sick and I needed to be on bed rest. And I met your brother and several other artists, and some doors were flying open for me. And I had to give up my job and be on bed rest. And Greg was afraid to take a risk on me.
Right, because of that.
And I was devastated because I was like, how could I have all these gifts and all these degrees, and I got to lay down and miss an opportunity like that? Because they don't come around every day. And
But
I'm sitting
everything
here,
full circle, sis.
guess what?
Everything.
I wasn't mature enough then, and God knew it. And He waited until I was in my 40s, and I've been on all these KJLA shows. I've done 2 albums, and now I have a distribution deal on 2 songs from Universal Music Group, and I'm in my late 40s. And
Look
who
at
would have
God.
thought that? Who would have thought that? But guess what? I wasn't mature enough, because you got to have tough skin. I wasn't mature enough. I didn't have a story to tell like I do now. I can talk to
And sis,
people.
let me tell you this.
Yeah,
I have been an entertainer for a little bit over 20 years. I remember a time when they didn't have all these podcasts and where you could set up the radio at your home. You
yeah,
had to go into the radio station to
yes,
actually sit down and talk to the people in order to get on the air, right?
yes, right,
That's how long I've been in the game. Okay. They
yeah,
started probably internet radio about 17, 18 years ago only.
right, right.
Okay. So now
Mhm.
technology has changed. It allows us to be able to, come together like this. We can take this video and spread it out to the world. And we got different allowances now. But let me say
Yeah.
this, Latrice, and I want to hone this into you too. Hunty, when it's your season, can't nobody stop that.
Nobody
When
can
it's your
stop it.
season,
Girl, that's why I'm crying. I'm crying because I'm not crying because I'm sad.
right?
I didn't get it before.
Tears of joy.
I
Tears of
didn't
joy
get
is
it. I
everything.
didn't
Yeah.
get it before.
You getting your breakthrough sitting right here on this right here. You're getting your
But
breakthrough and your confirmations.
God was preparing me
Yes.
because sis, if I would have got out there at that age, I had no wisdom, and I
Mm-hmm.
would have worn the wrong clothes and not been me and let them do all this stuff. And now I am a strong Black woman. I'm
Yes.
strong beyond compare. I've been through
It's
the
your
fire.
season.
I've been through the fire, and I've come out chiseled and a diamond because I can't believe I'm sitting on there talking to Tyrese Gibson's sister,
Full circle, honey.
and
You better believe it. It's your time.
I met him years ago, and I even ran into Greg and talked to him and asked him to help me again with my career at 30. He's like, "You too old." And I laughed because I said, "No, you didn't say that to me.
I know you did say
I'm gonna
that.
put the T out on you, Greg."
Right.
I love him. I
Um,
do. I love him.
and
I
do
love
you
him.
know
I
do you
do.
know the song Amazing Grace?
I know. Yes, I know one verse of it.
One verse of it? Okay. So I'm not gonna put this on you now, but I would like you to step out in faith, okay, through whatever you're dealing with emotionally and everything right now. And I would like you to find something deep within yourself and try to sing a part of that. And I know I asked you the question when we first got on here. Okay. If you was singing, you've been dealing with a lot of stuff. You've been dealing with a lot of things. But see, the anointing is
Break
on
the yoke.
you. It's on your
It is.
voice. And
It is.
people in this capacity that you and
Yes.
I are sitting in need to see you in your element.
Yes.
They need to
You're
see
right.
you for what you do.
You're right. You're right. I
Okay.
mean, you're
So I
absolutely.
want you to
It's not
dig.
just
I want you to
singing.
think about it. I want you to
Yes.
pray real quick and
Okay.
get yourself prepared.
Okay.
Um, because it's something powerful about that. And that's why I went in that direction. I had asked you before, but I know right now for sure that you need to bless us with something
Yes.
while we are sitting here in this capacity.
Yes. His
Okay.
hands. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Okay. Well, I'll get into my Christmas videos and all that in a minute, but I'll
Okay.
definitely,
Okay. Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah. We ain't done yet. We still
I,
in the
I'll
middle of the
definitely,
interview.
I definitely will do that.
Okay.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that that saves a wretch like me. I was lost, but now I'm found. I was blind, but now I, I see. I got a story to tell.
Thank you for your obedience to God. Since the whole time I'm sitting here, like there are chills going up through my entire body. That's how I know you have an amazing gift.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
And the thing is, I'm trying to if they just flow, just understand.
I'm here.
I
I'm
was
here.
just
I'm listening.
I was just blessed. But see, it's different when you have a calling. When God gives you a calling, a specific calling, ain't nothing easy about it.
No. Yeah,
You
you're right.
know, nothing about that is easy. Can
Yeah.
you imagine if I had gotten in my feelings this morning
Hmm.
with what was really going on before I jumped on these podcasts? Gotten in my
Girl.
feelings and just said, forget it. I'm not going to do these shows today.
Yeah, I told, look here. I said, Satan, devil, you are a lie. He was
Right,
started with me right before I got to you. I'm not lying. He started with me 20 minutes before I got to you. 20 minutes. And I couldn't believe that I said, yes, I can. I can believe it. This is something that God wants me to do. It's got to be. And he did not want me to do it. So he created a chaotic situation, just a misunderstanding, something that could be fixed though,
right,
because my heart is in the right place. One thing about me, I don't go around trying to use people, and I don't go around trying to play people. I'm very direct. So my
right.
thing is, I knew that it was something that could be fixed, but I said to her immediately, I know what this is. I knew it was a distraction. I said, I gotta go. I gotta get
Completely.
ready. I said, I got to get dressed because I got an interview at 8 o'clock in the morning. I said, I got to go. And I jumped in my clothes and serious. I grabbed my press powder and I got busy real quick. I didn't look,
Mm-hmm.
but I knew I had to get off of there and do what I had to do and not
And them
be
glasses is
distracted.
fly, mama. Them glasses you got on. I want you to know I love them.
Thank you. Because
Oh
usually
my
I take
goodness.
my glasses off. I got about five different pair. I usually take them off and smoke out my eyes and get them all hooked up and all. You
Right,
see my
right,
pictures on my page. But I said, I don't have time for that. I said, I'm
right.
going to have to get on here. And I said, I'm going to put on my glasses and keep it real. If I can't see, I can't see. It's just
You
going to
see, I'm
have
as
to have,
real as they come. I am as
right.
real as they come. We
And
gonna
I
go with
said,
the flow
right.
of God's presence and everything else on here. Listen, this is not a show. It is a life-changing moment for us all. You know
Well,
what I
it
mean? This right
definitely
here
feels that
is
way.
what we have to do. When God started showing
Yeah.
me what my role was with others' lives and how, these moments were going to change them forever. I
Yes.
was like, God, okay, I will come. I will do whatever you have me to do. Seriously, this is not easy at all. I get attacked so much, sis.
Oh, because let me tell you why. Because you're a healer. And there's power. And see, it's like you're not a doctor, you're not a
No.
nurse, but you're a spiritual healer. And when you're a spiritual healer, the devil comes from you for you. And that's what I am.
Hmm.
My voice is not for me to be cocky. I'm in check. I'm humble
Right.
with my gift. My gift is to inspire and to help people, people that are lost, that are broken, that are in pain. How else was I going to know how to sing for them if I didn't know about sickness? How else was I going to sing about anything if I didn't know about being raped? How was I going to sing to them
Right.
if I didn't know about uh, losing everything and having to start over? How was I going to know that? I've always
You have
been,
to you have to go
you have
through
to
a
go through it.
journey. You
Yeah,
got to go through a journey in order to be the most
yeah,
impactful. And
yeah.
God knows that. So
Mhm.
we go through something, and just because you're a Christian or whatever you are, it doesn't mean you ain't go through something. Life is
And
life.
people really think that, but the thing is, they'll get a wake up call. 'Cause I was one of them kind of people that always had good credit. I always had money. I always had great jobs, and I
Right.
had great jobs, and I was sitting up there a size 8, 9. I looked good, and I was sitting up making all this money, and I was doing my craft, and things were falling into my lap, deals. So when I got sick like that, I had been in remission maybe 4 years. So I thought it was
Hmm.
gone. I didn't even know what kind of illness it was. Lo and behold, it turned out it was something that was autoimmune, like in the family of lupus, in the
Wow.
family of lupus. But I tried to lie to Greg because I did not want him to know, because I didn't want to mess up my chances of getting signed. And let me tell you, they still say that I have it, but it's kind of in hiding.
Right.
And that doesn't surprise me because I know who God is. It's in hiding and it's supposedly
Hmm.
in remission, and it's been in remission for years now. Do you know why?
Look at
Because
God.
you're right. It's my time. But I had to go through that. Be bedridden, have bed sores, be given 3 weeks to live, have my whole nervous system and immune system shut down, go through renal failure so that I can tell a person, you can be told by the doctor that you're going to die, but God will resurrect you like
He
you're
will
Lazarus.
he will raise you up and bring you back stronger than what you ever were before.
Yeah, and what's crazy is I've been afraid to talk about what happened to me because of what happened with me and Greg, because when he found out, he was scared to get involved with me what I've learned is that everyone doesn't need to know my business, but I have to tell people the truth when the door
Right,
opens for me all the way.
right,
I mean, it's open, but I'm not, I mean, the international fame, when that comes, I'm gonna have to keep it real on that stage and tell
right.
people
I
what
want to thank
happened
you
to
too
me.
for your honesty and transparency and being so real here. Because the audience that watches my show, they don't watch it for the sugar coated flower and roses and they
Thank
watch
you.
it because all of us go through a journey in some way or the other and it really resonates. You know what I mean? The audience I have, we all
Hmm.
keep it real.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
But,
We all keep it 100 like, girl,
but
listen.
I'm gonna tell you something. My manager and my creative team, my industry team would tell me, don't talk about your illness. They're not going to let us have a deal. They're not going to do this. They're not going to do that. This is not going to happen if you tell it. But they
Right.
need to know who I am. If they don't know what
Exactly.
God did for me,
Right.
they won't get it because that it's not even possible usually for people to get a second win at the end of their 40s in their career. That's not
And
always possible.
you basically you woke up from the dead. God
Thank
has
you.
restored your life.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
let me tell you this. When when something like that happens, it wasn't your time yet and there was something left for you to do. So
Exactly.
you were brought back because there is something powerful for you to do.
Yes, it
You know what I
is.
mean? It's not even just with your voice only. You're
It's not.
like you had to experience that because while you're up there singing, you have to tell this testimony. And it
Yeah.
ain't gonna come across the same. You
Hmm.
understand? If you just up there singing, no, it's gonna be like you gotta have when you tell that story with it,
I
that's when
saw
people can be touched by God's
I
anointing.
saw the vision of it, and then someone I know who has the gift of discernment, she saw
Exactly.
me in the same outfit, in the same. She saw it just like I saw it. I was in a long white dress. I had lost a lot of weight, and I was in front of a whole. It was it was millions of people in the audience, and they had the what is the lighters and all that, and I was singing opera, and I was singing, and they were in tears, but I was talking to them too. It wasn't just me singing, and the Lord, a long time ago, people would be like, why do you want to do that? You're a gospel singer. You're not blah, blah, blah. I said, no, 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 no. I'm not going to be in a box. I've been
Right.
trained classically since I was 19 years old. I sing classical and I sing jazz and I sing blues. I sing it all, R&B too. And so I know that God is going to use me to not just sing, but to talk to people and they're going to have healing spiritually. They're going to be healed.
Oh
And it's
yeah.
real. It's serious. And that kind of thing, there's no room for ego. No room for ego. I've been misunderstood by people. If they only knew the real me. When you're told to be
Right.
quiet,
Well, you had to also go through that journey because when God used your voice for His purpose, if you know what I mean, it had to come with that true relationship with God. If we don't
yes,
experience nothing, then when we go out there and you have an extraordinary gift, it's all about you. You know what I mean? I'm
thank
just
you.
being
Yeah.
real. When He blesses
You
you with this
already.
kind of
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
like the podcast I have, this ain't about me, honey. I didn't went through something. I didn't suffer. You
I
hear
know.
me?
To hear
This
about
may
your
be my
husband,
season, and
your
people placing
husband,
me on
your
the cover of
kids.
stuff. And
Oh
I got
yeah.
my baby doll that just got made, and I'm on the network, and I got all these. Now that's amazing. That is
Yeah.
powerful and amazing. But I
That's
know
why
who
God
my
knew.
life is centered in.
Thank
You
you.
understand?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, because the thing is,
And
God, when you said that story, when you said what you said, I said, this girl knows exactly what I'm talking about. I was stripped down. The like
Yeah.
how an onion has layers. I was
Yep.
stripped down so that God could get at the core of me. And when
You
people
so
say
weak, you can't even move. Like
you,
you can't even get up. You're so weak
I
physically.
couldn't even walk. I had a walker. I couldn't even walk. And I remember I saw the death angel come to my door in my room.
Right.
It had no face. You know how they do all this stuff?
Mm.
Let me tell you, they got it right. I don't know. Somebody must have seen that thing because I'm not lying. It had no face. It had a hood, and it just eased into my. It was creepy into my room, and I felt like something was pressing on me. I could not
Mm,
move.
mm, mm,
I
mm.
already couldn't
Trying to
move.
take you out of here.
Girl, I started pleading the blood of Jesus, and I said, I will live and I will not die.
Yes.
I will live and I will not die. And I bind Satan in the name of Jesus. And that
Right.
thing evaporated into the floor. I walked to my parents' room because I had moved back with my parents because I wasn't even living at
Hmm.
home. I moved
Right.
back with my parents. And girl, I went and got in the middle of them like I was a kid. And I started crying. They said, "What's wrong?" I said, "The devil tried to kill me. I couldn't breathe." They started crying and they were praying too. I battled for my life. That's why when a person accuses me and say, "You think everything's about you, you cocky," I laugh because I said, "This person don't know me at all. It's not at all about me. The whole gift that God gave me, it has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with me healing someone else. It's
Right.
never going to be about me. It's about what I have to do." And so you get misunderstood. People come for you. You get attacked because of the gift that you have been given. With gifts,
Hmm.
there are responsibilities.
Responsibility.
And then there's a scripture I learned, like you said, why me, woe is me, whatever. There's a scripture and it's a song, it's in Psalms. I think
Hmm.
it's 118. It says, I think it's 118 and 91 or something like that. It says, "It was good for me to be afflicted so that I could learn your statutes." And people think
Mm.
I'm crazy when I say this. I'm glad this happened to me
Oh yeah.
because I
Some
had
of
an
us is
ego.
some
I
of
had an
us
ego
hard
when I was
headed.
in my 20s, girl. When I was in my 20s, I thought I was Tony Braxton. I thought I was fine. You could tell me nothing. This happened to give me humility and to learn
Right.
to love beyond measure, to love unconditionally. It happened so that I could be able to sing to people specifically who were broken, so that I could be an instrument from God. And I'm grateful that I went
Yes.
through the experience because it has broken me down and built me up to something that's better. I'm a better
Yes.
person because of it. And I'm willing to do the work. That's why he's opening the doors, because I'm willing to do the work.
Hmm.
Before
But
I
God
had
can work
conditions.
with God. God can work from the base of someone that's broken. God can
Yes,
work from. That's where He begins His best work. Is when we are completely at His disposal to say, "I will come. I will do what you tell me to do."
right.
All that crap that we were, you know, dealing with, and that we basically held on to. Now that's not there because you done been broke all the way down to the bare necessity. That is when God uses
Girl,
us the best.
yes, he
That is
does.
when
That's
he
it.
he he can start to do his best work. I was telling
Yes.
somebody 2018 my entire family was homeless because that same husband had a stroke. Okay, that same
Oh,
husband that I
God.
that the story I told you, he had a stroke in
Oh,
2016 at 36 years of age. You got to
oh,
understand, this is a young man, not an old
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Uh,
that's what I'm
he's
saying.
the
That's
breadwinner
crazy.
for our household, all that. Goodness, I was broke down to nothing. And I will
Oh,
tell
my
everybody, normally you get on your knees and pray, right?
God.
I
Right.
fell all the way, I'm standing up and fell all the way on my face in prayer.
Oh
That's a
my
longer
God.
fall. That's a longer fall. It hurts more. When you come from standing up to falling on your face, and you get bruises, and you know what I mean? That's a harder fall. So when God took me through that homelessness, we out there with our kids living in our car and all that stuff.
Yeah.
My God,
Woo.
that is when I said, listen, I'm going to throw my hands up, God. I'm tired of running and fighting, and I'm tired of denying what you're telling me to do. I just am going to give you all of me.
Yes.
And that is when the tables turn for my life.
Yes. When you
Okay.
say that, and that's what I did. I said, you know what? I hear you. You ain't got to worry about me going there, debating with you. I
Right.
got this. I got it. In the minute I said, I'm not going to do this my way no more, it
Right.
seemed like the doors start opening at KJLH. I just started singing at events. I started doing gospel brunches, and I look around and I'm doing industry stuff, and I'm doing
Wow.
things with Earth, Wind, Fire. I'm doing this and that, and I'm like, what is going on here? And so I can't say that
Complete
I've been perfect.
restoration with the journey now. With the journey,
Yes,
complete restoration. Your complete career was restored and some with
yes,
a journey now. It had to go that way, sis, because
yes,
you wouldn't appreciate those moments like you do had you not gone that route. You were
right,
on your deathbed.
literally. And I've been there more than once with this illness, and I've been exposed to cancer, and I've had these things happen to me so that when I come across people that are going through the same thing, they can get healing, and God
Right,
can meet them right where they're at. And it may happen through me singing to them. It may be
right,
that
right, right.
powerful. I don't know to what extent of how powerful it is, but it's going to be powerful, whether it's
Sis,
me
God is
singing to
telling me to
them
tell you this
or
real quick.
words.
I want to give you a word that God gave me fresh off the reel.
Okay.
Um, Begin to speak life into every situation.
Okay.
You
Okay.
understand?
Yes.
Even if it feels like it's something different than that, begin to speak life, health, wholeness, fullness, prosperity, everything that we are entitled to. That is what you speak, not the things that you feel like it is.
Yes. Yes.
That's
Yes.
a message for you, straight off the reel from God. He
No,
understands what that means. I
I
don't
know,
even know what
I
that
know,
means.
I know exactly what he's saying. It ain't always what it look like.
No, 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 no,
It
no.
ain't always what it look like. People will tell you what they tell Martha about, oh, you 90, you ain't gonna have no baby. You 90 years old. You this or
Right, you
that.
too
You that.
old.
You this. You too old. They said you too. What did Greg say? You too old for me to. You know how crazy he is. You too old.
Something
And
happened. The
like,
video call.
but God will say, okay, now it's running again. God will say, no, you're not too old. It's your time. And black don't crack no way. So at the
Right.
last
Speak life
day,
into it because
at, at the end of the
life,
day,
life,
he's the
life.
one who's controlling it.
Right. Life has to go into everything that you are about, your future from now to then. And it's gonna take some practice, this. I'm not
Yeah,
telling you it's gonna be easy
yeah,
to transform your mindset.
right.
You know what I mean? And begin to speak life into your mama's body, speak
Mm-hmm.
life into the body that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that is resonating and coming out of your mouth, you
Life.
understand?
Right.
Life,
Right.
not what it feel like, not what it looks like on the
Yeah.
outside. See,
Yes.
because God has to get you to the point where you touch the hem of his garment with your faith.
Yes.
And that's what these words have to change. The words that come out of your mouth have to
Yes.
change. It's not what it is. it's what it needs to be. And the way that
Mm-hmm.
you touch God and the way that you come to him and can get these changes made in your life, your whole entire mindset has to be transformed. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
If I showed you the rest of the space that I'm in for this show, you'll be like, my God.
But that's what he'll do. He is
No, I'm
amazing.
not talking about mansion status. I'm talking about the real one bedroom apartment that I'm sitting in that you would think, how is all this being done from the base of that foundation? If I was to show you the real,
I get it. I get it more
you
than you
understand,
understand.
sister?
I get it more than you understand. Because with me and
Yeah,
my two partners, me and my producer team, my production team, when me and Brandon Ford and Devin Shaw started out in 2010, girl, we was in his little Ricky Dink bedroom.
exactly.
And people was like, you just in a bedroom. What you talking about? We saw the studio. We saw what was coming. And
Right.
now we work with all these artists. We've done my music in there. And guess what? Now we have a studio. But see, you got to sometimes start from something really little
You
for
gotta
it to
start
get
with a CD.
really,
Right.
really big. You have to
Let
do
me
that.
show you something, sis. Hold on. I'm gonna put you on your own screen real quick.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Don't go nowhere. You can
Uh,
still hear my voice, right?
yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay, I
ma'am.
want to show you something because this is living proof of what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I believe
I
you. I
only
believe
pull
you.
these out every once in a while, and it's when some points are being made about something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, after homelessness, I ended up moving from Las Vegas and moving to Texas. Your credit is messed up and everything. After
Yes,
that, you get
yeah. Of
evictions and
course. Of course.
you're trying to just recover your life. So we moved into this one bedroom apartment last year, and we ended up we had to start from scratch basically, and we were blessed to
Yes.
even get something
Right. No, I mean really,
under
because
our
you're
circumstances.
really
Okay,
starting from the bottom up,
from
really.
the bottom.
Yeah.
But do you
Yeah.
know that God used this place? This is the place that had fruitful ground. You understand? It was something about this apartment that had
You connected
creativity
with it.
bouncing off of
You
every
connected.
wall in
You will
here.
know. You will know the minute you walk in there where you're supposed
Let
to
me show
be.
you something, sis. Do you know that I wrote 14 books this year since November of last year? My first book was
Yes.
put on the market in November of last year. 14 total books, and that's two were not my own. It was
And
collaborative
yeah.
projects with other people. Two and the other 12 is all it was written in this one apartment. Listen, look at this. This is one of my children's book. My pet penguin.
Oh, you on Amazon, girl. I
I'm
was
on
like,
Amazon.
you're not playing. I saw you
Look,
are not playing. Look, that
I
is
gotta
really.
show you the solid.
I love it. I love it.
These are
I
all
love it.
books, all
I love.
stories.
I love it. I love that.
Look, we we
So
is
that's what
not
I'm
the,
talking
the
about.
light went out again. we
But
we we
that's
not we not playing no games, sis. So again, your words, everything has to line up now because he wants to use your life fully. But
yes.
even your words have to match. Not where you are now, where you're headed.
And that's exactly what I told somebody. I said, I started walking in my destiny. And people think you crazy. They're like, you
Right,
you think you a star? Who you think you
right.
are? I
Keep
am.
talking, sis. I gotta put this light back on. Keep
You
talking.
have to walk. If you called to be a model, then you get
Right.
up there and you strut every day and be that model. If you called to be a preacher, then you preach. Every day you get grounded in the word. If
Mm-hmm.
you called to be a singer, everything you do has to be about singing. and bettering your craft and honing your craft. You don't act like, oh, I've arrived, even if you've had all this training. You keep doing it. You
Keep doing
keep
it. Come, you
walking in
came
it.
right here today to get the message. Let go and let me. Let go and let God. Basically, let go and let God. Everything that you're holding on to.
I had to laugh because I swear, before I got on this thing, I said, I'm telling you, I'm not going to look like what I went through this morning. I swear to
Right,
God, you would have hollered. If I told you when I first got on there, girl, you ain't going to believe what I just went through before I got on there. But you know what? I knew it had to happen because when greatness is getting ready to hit, like in a
hmm
huge magnitude, you gonna deal with a little something before it happens.
right.
And you
And
have to be
also, we
ready
we
for
had
that.
a divine appointment that the enemy tried to put pressure on you to keep you from meeting. We had a
And
divine
and, and,
appointment
and
this
I and
morning.
I wasn't having that. I don't care if I had an hour of sleep. I don't care if I was half dead with a kickstand. I was getting ready to
Right.
get on this show with you. I wasn't playing with the devil today. I was like, not today,
Oh my
Satan.
goodness.
I wasn't playing. I don't miss appointments, but definitely wasn't gonna miss this one. And I said I wanted to get on here and talk about my new videos because
We
I
had
have
a we had a goal, right?
yeah, because
We had a
I have
goal
a
in mind.
I have a video that was released in the wee hours of the night, Ave Maria, and it's by Caccini, but it was rearranged by Teddy Nasser, and I'm singing on it. And from what I'm understanding, it didn't make a splash because people are texting me and inboxing me talking about they were crying when they heard it. That's the
Wow.
that's how God is going to use me. It's not even about me. It's about the anointing. It's about His power. It's not about me. It's about
That's
Him.
so true.
And
Exactly.
the
And
thing is,
you wouldn't know
I'm
that had you
willing to
not
do it.
went through that journey you went through.
Yeah.
You know
Yes.
what I mean?
If I wouldn't have gone through everything I've been through, no, I wouldn't know. And the thing is, I'm grateful because now I can actually tell people no matter what you see, look at God. Because
Yes.
don't look at the circumstances, look at God. Because even though it gets difficult because my mother's getting older and she's sick, and I don't see the person that I'm used to, she's the one that used to rescue me. She's the one who used to
Right.
give me comfort food. And now I have to take care of her. And
It's
I'm not
switched. Yeah,
hearing I'm
we
not
become the
hearing I'm not
caretakers.
yeah, and I'm not hearing that verbiage that I used to get in that encouragement I used to get. I have to do the encouraging. I have to do the rescuing. And so I'm like, well, who's gonna rescue me? I need my mama back. And I had to check myself. And I'm like, this ain't about you. She going through something. This is not
Right.
about you. Now it's your turn to
And all
rescue
you
her.
can do is do your
Now,
best, sis, to try to
yes. And the thing is,
be there
you
for
can't
her right
try
now.
to
And I
tell
believe
her.
that God is
Right.
He's gonna grace you with the strength that you need during this time, and He's gonna give you everything you need. But see, that one thing had to be checked a little bit. Your mouth has power.
It does. It
I
really,
believe that you were sent
yes.
this direction to
Life
confirm
and death.
something.
Life and death is in the tongue. And you are right about that because even with my health, I think I have made it this far, and the way it has lied dormant all this time is because of my speech. I
The
saw
belief, yeah.
myself and my
Mm-hmm.
beliefs. I saw myself well. I saw myself walking in His light. I saw myself singing despite what they said. Because they said wheelchair. They condemned me to death. God told me life.
It ain't over, sis.
God
You
showed me my
girl, you just
career.
now beginning. Do you know Steve Harvey? Think about
Yeah.
this. Steve Harvey's
Mhm.
career really boomed in his 40s and 50s.
And that's what I'm
It
telling you. That's what
is
happened for me. And I'm like, what's going on? It did
since
a
I'm about to be
360.
47.
I believe you. I
I'm
believe you.
about to be 47. And do you know I'm just now being placed on the cover of magazines? I'm just now getting my just due after being out here 20 something years. Like this
For
was
me to
not an
tell,
overnight success.
for me to tell you, I was about to get signed up with the same person that signed up your brother,
I
and that
know.
I started out young, and I was getting ready to make serious waves with him,
Right.
and God said no and stopped me, and He waited until I was in my 30s, late
Right.
30s, and it started happening in my 40s, the whole career, my music being played on the radio. Then all these doors opening, me working with these people. I worked with Barbara Streisand when I was 30.
Mm,
That was
mm, mm, mm,
that was the
mm.
beginning
That's
of it.
so amazing.
That was the beginning of it. When I worked with
Wow.
her in her Timeless concert, when I worked with Ralph Johnson from Earth, Wind and Fire, and we did a song with his sister for Saida Garrett, God started opening these doors, just these major doors. And I'm like, what's going on? And so when I was shocked. When I got the distribution deal on the two songs, March the 4th this year, the next
Right.
week, COVID hit. The next week. And I told my manager and my creative team, I said, how we gonna do this? We
Right.
got the deal and everybody is stuck in their house. And how we gonna do all this work? How we gonna get the music out? How we gonna do this album now? He said, we
My
gonna do
God.
it. I'm telling you, my manager, he's the CEO of the company. His name is Andre Pittman, and he's from Enthroned Records. He said, Latrice, he said, this is what we're going to do. He said, we're going to walk in faith. He said, my God is a waymaker. He said, you saw what happened in my life and how I went through what I went through.
Right.
And then God gave me my own company. And I said, okay, we're going to do this. I changed my verbiage that moment. I said, we're going to do this. I started promoting. I became a PR, a videographer, a photographer, an engineer. I didn't know how to do some of this stuff. I was like,
Everything you
what?
needed to be. That's what I'm
Girl,
saying.
I
You
had to
don't
become
get
it.
that without the journey. You
I
gotta go
had to
through the journey
become it.
first.
Because when you in COVID and everybody can't work and they at home, I had to learn how to do my own lighting. I had to learn how to do my own video.
Exactly.
I had to learn how to snap my own shots of myself. All
Yep.
of it. And the thing is, there are people who are working in the pandemic, but most of them, the good ones, are not, and they're scared of it. And the thing
Right.
is, I'm glad I learned how to do all this because I can have an appreciation. I just told the videographer earlier today that did Ave Maria and they did the other song, Give Me
Right.
Grace. It was a tribute. It was a tribute video. I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I know she probably was laughing. I said, girl, I don't know what I'm doing. I download the stuff from YouTube with this converter ripper thing. And then
Right. And
I
they
upload.
got now they got iTunes, SoundCloud, they got all these. It's so
And I
much,
told
sis.
I told her, I don't know how to do this professionally like you. I
Right.
said,
It's so
so
much.
you have to be
And
specific with me.
if there is something that you don't know of, this is what I've been doing to get by. I just want to share with you. I've been bringing on teams.
Yes,
And
that's
because
smart.
everybody right now needs an opportunity, it's
Right.
the best time to get cost effective services from people that just need a break. They need some money too. We all need a little
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
So people are accepting more. I've been given of what I have basically to hire people to get done what I need done. And they're willing to work with me because this is a time for all of us that we were all impacted by the coronavirus and quarantine.
Right.
We all have been impacted by that. So I have
Mm-hmm.
teams, we working together, and I'm putting them out there, and that's helping get other opportunities in the mix. So where I don't have all the money right now, not all of it, I'm giving them, but where I don't have all of that, it's been a good trade of services. So right
Yes.
now, this is that time to really get out there and talk to people and see what you can get, for what you need. Get everything done you need for little or nothing. I'm
Yeah,
just
and
letting
that's
you
what
know, sis.
I've
I'm
been
letting
really
you know.
doing that. I've been really doing that because it's wonderful to collaborate with people and to border. It's good to do that. And the thing is,
Right,
you have to really be effective though with communication because sometimes you can tell a person something and they misunderstand you, and you're telling them some one thing and they're not hearing you. You're
yeah,
saying, I need this from you. And they're thinking, oh, I'm going to do it this way. And you're like, no, I want content that belongs to me. So how do I
right.
do
And I,
that?
I believe,
I
sis,
don't
you
have,
got all the tools that
right.
you need now after this interview
Yes.
to do what you need to get done. You got
Yep.
your energy revived. You go speak life into everything. You're gonna get some um unique requests all of a sudden on Facebook. They gonna be hitting you up.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
letting you know,
feel you
get
on
ready,
that.
get ready, get ready.
I feel you.
Then
I feel you on that.
we got this platform. I'll talk to you about that, later
Mhm.
on, but I do have a platform also that I can possibly share your interview on. It's
Okay.
little or nothing to get on there,
Okay.
but it's on Roku.
Oh, yes. I've heard of
So if
Roku.
you're interested in that, let me know. We can talk about that off camera again. It's some
Okay.
it's some opportunities. I
Well,
got an
see, that's
independent artist magazine that I'm doing. If you want to go in that, I can broker a deal for Roku and the magazine slot all in one for the same price. You understand? So let's
Mhm.
talk. Let's You don't have to be without nothing, sis. Like we
Thank you.
we
Thank
got some
you.
angles that
Thank you. It's always more
we
than
can
one
work
way to
in
kill a
in
button,
the
too. I tell it's always one morning one way to skin a cat, and I always tell a person that you can, kill two birds with one stone. It's always
why
been
not?
the way
Look,
around it. Always
why
been
not?
the way around it. Because the
Why
thing
not work
about
it
it is,
out? So
I
God
didn't.
bless you. I have
Yeah,
to jump off. It's girl, the energy for this Tyrese interview tonight is ridiculous. It's crazy.
I
It's stuff coming in from
know.
everywhere. So
It's
I
great
have to
though.
answer a few people and get back with some of my celebrity guests that I'm trying to get on for tonight before his interview.
Yeah.
We got some prospect interviews that will be huge right before his even come on. Okay.
And
So
you
I'm
tell them
working.
I said hi.
I will, and
Tell
I
them,
want you to tune in. I want you to
I
tune in
will.
tonight
I will. I definitely
during the
will.
live.
I
He's gonna do
will.
a speaker phone call in interview, but it will be him. It will be
Okay.
his voice, and everybody will know. They know how he sounds. You
Girl,
know
I
what I
sure
mean?
do. Girl, I know when he be going off too. I've seen him
Oh
do it
yeah.
on stage. I know. Okay. So,
So give us your social media sites really quick where we can find your music. Give us that information, and then I'm gonna jump off and in the interview so I can get to
okay.
the rest of this stuff.
All right. I have a really nifty website. It's
Okay.
www.latricelawrence.com. Like my name on the top.
Okay. Okay.
And you go on there, see my YouTubes, you can see my you'll see my about page. You can actually go to my music, and there's music up there that's not available on iTunes and Tidal and Spotify and Apple Music. But
Okay. Okay.
and then there's actual buttons you can hit and go right to Tidal, go right to Amazon, iTunes, Apple, all of it, Spotify, and you get my music. So it's one, two,
Okay.
three. You can do it all that on my page. And then I want you guys to join the official Latrice Lawrence music page, which is on my Facebook, because it's important to become a fan because you'll find out all the
Oh
different
yeah.
things I'm doing, all the different things I'm
Exactly.
doing during the week, doing like all the different things I'm involved in and all the projects that I work with, like the South Cal Vocalist Relief Fund that helps vocalists who are not working right now. And I do a lot of
Right.
different things giving back to the community too.
Good for
So, yeah,
you.
yeah. Yeah. So
You are
I'm excited
awesome.
about
You are
it.
awesome,
Thank you.
Latrice.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed you.
I've enjoyed you too. And girl, for like I said, that's why I was sitting there like crying a little bit because I was like, wait a minute. You're taking me all the way back to when I was 27 and showing
Right.
me
Oh
what
yeah. Ain't
I
no
mean,
telling what you gonna get on this podcast.
girl, I'm telling you, I know already what God has done for me, but it's like sometimes you have to see how I connected this. You
You need
see,
that reminder.
you see what can happen, and I'm like,
Exactly.
really? Sometimes God has to remind you. You know who He is,
Oh
but
yeah.
it's just it's miraculous like that. And I want you guys to know that when I talked about what I went through with my autoimmune illness, and I saw some of you say, I'm praying for healing for you. I'm walking in it already.
You already a healing
Because
walk. Yeah.
yeah, I'm already walking
Testimony.
in it already. It's already done. And the thing is, I didn't say that to get that kind of reaction. I'm saying that to let you know who God is, what kind of God He is. He's a God of second
Right.
chances, a God of restoration, a God of giving you a forum to have a show in your late 40s. I'm 49. I'll be 50 next year. And who knew He was going to open huge doors like this in my life now? They've been playing Moonlight Chaser and Lonely on iHeart, just blowing it up.
Wow.
And I mean, I just won the BMA award for the best new artist. And I'm like, I'm a new artist? And, I'm mad because I'm like, not to me, I'm not. But if
That's
you heard,
amazing. It's
if
your
you
season though.
but
It's your
yeah,
season.
so for me to tell you that it's been a journey, but I'm grateful for the journey. I'm grateful for it.
Yes.
And I'm grateful for you because
Thank you.
I done got
Well,
me a new
we
little
go
friend.
keep in touch, sis, and I just I just love it. I love the fact that God uses this podcast for His glory and what He
Yeah,
wants to do. And
yeah,
I just throw my hands up and say, it's you, Lord, it's you.
yes. And I want to give a shout out to I want to give a shout out to Promise Marks who did my videos, my two
I
recent
love
videos.
Promise. I know her from Las
Yes,
Vegas. I know her
yes.
personally.
Yes, and so I want to give her a shout out. I want to give Andre Pittman a shout out because he's not only a wonderful manager and wonderful CEO of the company, he's this great person, Universal Music Group, and also a shout out to my producers, Brandon Ford and Devin Shaw, and to my mom and my family and my husband. And thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be on the show. And
Definitely, no problem.
I know your
Thank
interview
you,
will be
Latrice. Girl, let me get off of here before these people have a
yes,
conniption.
exactly. Go ahead. I love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Love you too. I appreciate your time and energy. And thank you for being a special guest on the Queensy Live Experience. Okay.
Okay. You
Okay.
have a good one, baby.
Blessings. Have a
Okay. All
fabulous
right.
day, Mama.
You
Okay. Bye
too.
bye.
All right. Bye.
Oh, look at God. Like that was amazing, y'all. That was Latrice. She's a powerful singer, amazing. She has an amazing testimony and story to tell. Y'all keep tuning into this. I'm gonna be in rotation all throughout the day. My energy is up here, okay? So I'm excited about all the things we have scheduled. Y'all tune in tonight, especially 7 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and 10 p.m. EST for the Tyrese call-in speakerphone interview exclusive. Okay. All right. Peace, y'all. This is your girl Queensy of Queensy's Live Experience. I'm checking out, y'all. Have a good day. Bye.